Breaking news. Coup supporters flood Niger's capital as Ecowas ultimatum expires. People of Niger Republic are still supporting their coup because they want to break out of that French-led democratic system that is not doing them any good. Meaning that the coup is just to seek freedom, the final freedom for the Nigerians from the French colonization or colonial masters. That is what is appearing here. So a lot of the supporters are still trooping into Niamey to, to continue to demonstrate their support for the coup. To continue to demonstrate their support for the coup. About 30,000 Nigerians trooped out to attend a rally in Niamey, capital of Niger, on Sunday in support of the military junta as deadline issued by the Economic Community of West African States expired. The Nigerian-led Ecowas last Sunday gave General Abdurrahman Tichani and his lieutenants 1 week to release ousted President Mohamed Bazoum and restore democratic order in Niger. Bazoum's democratic government that came into power in 2021 was toppled on July 26, an incident that was widely criticized. However, as junta refused to succumb to Nigerian President Bola Tinubu's ECOWAS-led threat, General Mohamed Tumba, one of the leaders of the military council that seized power 10 days ago, defiantly addressed the crowd in Niamey. According to RFI, Tumba said that shadowy forces were plotting subversion against Niger's march forward. We are aware of their Machiavellian plan. And ECOWAS is silent. As Tichani-led junta has not caved in, ECOWAS, spearheaded by Nigeria, keeps mum on the next move against Niger. It is silent. Each silence can be traced to caution Tinubu has received in the last days to tread softly in deploying military operations against Nigeria's neighboring country, Niger, which impact will be felt in the north. Wow. In his effort as the chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, Tinubu dispatched a high-level delegation to broker peace with the military junta this week, a move that bore no fruit. Also, the Nigerian Senate did not approve the letter written by President seeking his backing to mobilize and deploy Nigerian soldiers to Niger. Besides that, several individuals and groups, including Northern Senators, former National Vice Chairman of the People Democratic Party, Çøuþ, and human rights lawyer Femi Falana, among others, have asked Tinubu to seek dialogue other than force. Mali and Burkina Faso are supporting Niger Republic. Niger junta's defiance may be rooted in the support of Mali and Burkina Faso, as the situation in the West African country mirrors that of Mali, which also saw foreign soldiers ordered out of the country after a military coup in 2021. Neighboring Mali and Burkina Faso, which experienced a military coup in 2022, have both pledged their support to Niger's junta should ECOWAS make good on its threat of military intervention. They said any military intervention against Niger translates to a declaration of war, and they will not fold their arms. In a similar situation, Algeria and Chad, which are not part of ECOWAS but share borders with Niger, have both stated they will not participate in any military operation. Wow. We categorically refuse any military intervention, Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune said in a television interview on Saturday evening, adding that such action would be a direct threat to Algeria. Wow. However, the position of the foreign powers is clear on Niger crisis, as the United States, France, and Germany all back Tinubu's chaired West African regional bloc to wield power militarily. These are the people pushing Tinubu France, Germany, and United States. Can you imagine? The West have not only evacuated their nationals in Niger, they also partially or totally suspended financial disbursement to the country. The U.S. currently has some 1,000 soldiers stationed in the country. Germany has a contingent of roughly 100 troops on the ground. Italy, one of the several Western countries with forces stationed in Niger, said on Sunday it had reduced its troop numbers to make room in its military base for civilians who may need protection. Nigeria's economic influence. As Ecowas member states were consulting their legislators over the weekend on the bloc's contingency plan to intervene, it is understood that Nigeria, the most populous African country, has an economic clout to punish Niger. Nigerian, which supplies up to 90% of the electricity in Niger, has cut off some of the supply and also closed its land borders as well as ordering no flyover. This has also raised prices of food in Niger as humanitarian groups have warned of devastating effects on the lives of over 4.4 million people in need of aid. These sanctions could bring more in the days to come as Tinubu-led West African regional bloc will employ all possible effort to restore democracy and order in Niger Republic. So what is happening is that whether Ecowas like it or not, okay, the people of Niger are in support of the coup and they are in support of their military junta who has taken over from a democratic system. So there's actually nothing anybody can do about that. So even though the Ecowas gave a 7 days ultimatum for the military junta to restore democracy in Niger, the man has refused to budge. And even Ecowas and Nigeria government is now mum. They can't even talk again. They are just looking and probably plotting what next. But I know it's not going to be military force because the Nigerian Senate has declined the request put in the form of a letter by the executive arm of the government, by Tinubu'S administration, for the Senate to approve. Senate had declined. They disapproved it. Okay? And that means that military intervention in Niger is not going to be possible. And from here, we can see that the Western world is the one pushing Tinubu and his administration to go and fight in Niger. Meanwhile, without looking at what will be the economic and political impact in the region and on Nigeria directly, because it will be an open war between Nigeria and Niger. That is how it will look like. And we've seen that a lot of other countries like Burkina Faso and Mali are supporting Niger, and Niger has even secured the support of part of Russia in the coup. So it's going to be a very deadly one for Nigeria if they just enter war without planning. Okay, and they don't even need war. They need to go and find out why are these people taking on coup. Why is the military taking over the administration? It's because democracy has not helped them, and it's not helping us as well in Nigeria. Okay, and they need a change, and the only way to put the change is to use the military to take over, and then probably later put things right and restore democracy at their own time and pace. But now, Nigeria, the Western world is pushing Nigeria to go and fight, and that is not going to be good for them. They really have to be careful because the Nigerians are happy with the coup. Now, African leaders will understand that people are tired for the way of their leadership system of ruling, and Nigerian leaders is one of them. Yeah, Tinubu is leading Nigeria and Niger. Okay, up to Niger, very lovely. That's good. Please, Nigerian youths, unpen your mouth. Okay, open your mouth and tell Tinubu to leave Niger people alone. Okay, and face his own country, Nigerians first, please. Okay, Tinubu himself need to be overthrown. He is also a coup plotter with the INEC, exactly, with the INEC office. Okay, INEC Yakubu, illegality doesn't fight illegality, exactly. This is massive, widely criticized by the exploiters, but strongly supported by the affected. Yes. So because those in the North region will feel it more means Nigeria cannot send troops to go and defend her neighbor. What kind of defense are you talking about? what is your interest? Is it economic or political interest in that war? That is what you should be talking about. Eh? Okay, so we should understand that it's not about going to war. It's about what is our interest and what is our benefit. Okay, if they allow it, the war will be between Niger army that are disguising to be Nigerian army against the Niger army, whose is their blood brothers. Yes, Nigerian armies. So Niger Republic has been ruling this country for long. Your understanding is wrong. We do not fear any other than a creator. We are simply against the war only because the citizens of Niger are against it. If the people are in support of the military coup, you can never win the war against them. That is true. That is true. That is true. So we in Northwest territories married Nigerians. Exactly. France, Germany, USA, EU, uh, stop corrupting African leaders. Exactly. Pay workers minimum wage. They are suffering. You still want to kill them, Abi? So the issue here is that Nigerians are not in support of that military intervention in Niger. And the people of Niger are also in support of the coup because they are tired of their democratic leaders who are not making progress in their lives. So the only way is to dialogue or leave them alone to solve their problem. That is it. If not, it will be dirty for Nigeria. So the bottom line here is that Nigerians are happy with the coup and they are trooping in number to support their military junta that has executed the coup. And now ECOWAS leaders are in dilemma and confused. Even the ultimatum has expired and they don't know what to do next. They have not come up with the next plan. Quite unfortunate, toothless bulldogs. African leaders, especially West Africa, are just a bunch of selfish people. So thank you for listening and let's have your comment.